spoke about so a while ago you spoke about your founder. Could you tell us how your founder landed up discovering homeopathy?
Yes, so our founder, the great Samuel Hahnemann, he was a medical doctor of modern medicine. And during that point of time, what happened was they were practicing medicine in such a way that it shouldn't be practiced. Like there were things like bloodletting, cutting off the veins so that the disease goes out from the body, is what they believed. And procedures like surgery were also there. And what our founder thought was, why suffer the patient more when the patient is already suffering? So, what he did was he left his medical practice, and coincidentally, he was a linguist. He started translating books from one language to another language. What happened in this time phase was he found a book called Cullen's Metromedica.
Cullen's Metromedica.
Cullen's Materia Medica.
Cullen's Materia Medica.
So, when he found this book, he came across a drug called Cinchona, from which we derive quinine to treat fevers today. So, what happened was when he was going through the book, he saw that it was written that this drug has the ability to treat fevers because the bark of cinchona is bitter in taste. And then a sudden question struck his mind that how can something bitter treat fever? So what he did was he started consuming cinchona bark on a daily basis for a few days. Surprisingly, what happened was after a few days he himself suffered from a fever. And then he gave cinchona to patients who were suffering with fever, as he was a doctor. And fascinatingly, these patients recovered after being given cinchona. And then his thought probed him, like how can something bitter treat fever, whereas it is producing similar symptoms in a healthy human being. He repeated this experiment in n number of people, healthy people and sick people. And then he came to a conclusion that a drug which is producing symptoms in a healthy human being can cure similar symptoms in a diseased patient.
Okay.
So that is how he came to a conclusion. So he discovered the law similia similibus curanter. That is how the basic one of the basic principles of homeopathy. And then what happened was, during proving this drug, now how drugs are proven in other systems of medicine, they are proved on animals. But here what is happening, they are proving it on healthy human beings. So what was happening, cinchona bark when given to a healthy patient is causing symptoms that might harm the patient. So then he came out with a theory of potentization, where we remove the harmful effects of that drug from that bark. Now cinchona bark is having the properties of treating fevers, but it is also giving out some side effects. So to remove those side effects, he developed the potentization method.